The Mi 9 is the latest top of the range from Xiaomi. It is also the first smartphone to ship with the latest Qualcomm chipset, the Snapdragon 855, ready for extreme productivity but also multimedia and gaming. Just like the Xiaomi Mi 8, the Mi 9 uses a sandwich design with a metal structure placed between two sheets of last-gen Gorilla Glass. The AMOLED screen is wider, while the notch and frames have been trimmed down. It also features a fingerprint sensor under the display for secure unlocking. Minimal in its elegance. The Xiaomi Mi 9 doesn't try to be original, and it is similar, especially in the front, to the OnePlus 6T. It is slightly longer, but it weighs less, and the notch is somewhat smaller. The Snapdragon 855 is a beast. The new Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor grants blazing performance, but the thing that truly astonished us was its consumption. Obviously, this phone also sports the new Adreno 640 GPU that supports Vulkan 1.1, HDR gaming, and physically based rendering. It is a nice leap forward in performance compared to the 630 and the Snapdragon 845. The new image processor also allows for 4K HDR at 60 FPS video capture. The phone is also equipped with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. MIUI 10, and Android Pie. The Xiaomi Mi 9 runs the latest version of MIUI 10, based on Android 9 Pie. MIUI 10 further improves its appearance, the gestures and all-around system performance, while maintaining its lightweight and intuitive interface, that somehow deviates from stock Android, but thanks to some well-thought features, allows the user to have greater control in everyday activities. What a photo! The Xiaomi Mi 9 introduces for the first time a 3-sensor camera configuration. The main one is a 48-megapixel sensor with a 1.75 focal aperture. In addition, we find a 12-megapixel telephoto lens, capable of 2x optical zoom, as well as a 16-megapixel ultra-wide-angle sensor. Technically, the Sony IMX586 48-megapixel sensor uses a quad-Bayer arrangement, which essentially is a 12-megapixel sensor, but with very large pixels, 1.6 micrometers, and real-time HDR. The main sensor is not optically stabilized like the other two. Shots taken during daytime are really great, full of details, with a really interesting dynamic range, bright and precise colors, excellent contrast and, overall, pleasant processing. The images have the right amount of sharpness with obvious details and not many artifacts. The HDR effect is not exaggerated, and most users will be satisfied with the improved dynamic range compared to the Mi 8. Images taken in low light conditions are still decent. Noise reduction is aggressive, and this may lead to some loss of detail. The colors turn out to be faithful, but despite the f-stop 1.75 aperture, the Xiaomi Mi 9 often fails to get proper exposure, due to the lack of stabilization. A quality AMOLED display. The Xiaomi Mi 9 sports a 6.39-inch AMOLED display with FHD Plus resolution, 2340 by 1080 pixels, with HDR10 support, 60,000:1 contrast and protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 6. Although many flagship smartphones have gone well beyond this resolution, there has been no occasion that I felt the need of more pixels. It is simply a great display in virtually every aspect, and to my eyes, second only to Samsung's dynamic AMOLED display, that has set forward a new level of excellence. Good autonomy, but we wished for more. The Xiaomi Mi 9 is powered by a modest 3300 mAh battery. It will last you a whole day with medium use, but no more. Final verdict. Xiaomi is the first company to offer a top-of-the-range device with the new Snapdragon 855 processor from Qualcomm. The Xiaomi Mi 9 was built on the solid foundations of the Mi 8. The company took the Mi 8 and expanded it with a bigger OLED screen, the addition of a third camera, better battery life, and improved user experience. But the trump card that Xiaomi will always use against the competition is its selling price. And the Mi 9 is a steal. At its current price is a no-brainer, especially considering that other flagship models go for more than $1,000.